KSEE24 brings you a lifestyle show from people you know. Now, Central Valley Today.
Coming up here in Central Valley Today, we're celebrating with the Sandwich Party. We'll show you how this local neighborhood deli can cater your next holiday gathering. Plus, the Big Tell is just a few weeks away. We sit down with another local film director telling another unique Central Valley story. And then we're on the journey to Beijing, meet some of the athletes. Are you a resident of the San Joaquin Valley? Have you been considering buying an electric vehicle, but maybe you're thinking it's too expensive, or there's not enough range, or there's no options for charging in my community? Well, those things may have been true years ago, but they are not true anymore. And I'm here with Yanni Gonzalez. He is with the Central California Asthma Collaborative, and you guys have a new program, and it is called the Electric Vehicle Equity Program.
Yes.
And I'm excited because you brought some
program is a program that's meant to help folks in the San Joaquin Valley get into new electric vehicles. We want to make sure that we provide an equitable pathway for people to get into these EVs as the state of California transitions to a clean vehicle future, and this is our way of helping folks get into the.
So what kind of incentives are there? I saw something about, you can get rebates for up to 14 grand. How does that work?
Yeah, absolutely. So the way that works is there's different state programs that provide rebates for qualified individuals. So in Valley that are eligible.
That's a healthy income,
Yeah,
and so
absolutely.
Lots of people are probably qualified that probably might not think that they would be qualified. Yeah. And you and I were just talking about this. They could get into the car that you brought today. So what car did you bring with us today?
So today we have a Tesla Model 3. So just want to show you guys an example of an electric vehicle. This is definitely a car that a lot of people will recognize as an electric car. However, this isn't the only option. There's a lot of options, to really fit your lifestyle. You want a family car, there are bigger options there, and so we want to make sure that you see one, but also join the program, learn about all the different options, and see what really works for you.
Okay, so this is the Tesla Model 3. Now we're going to get into car mode here. So can you show me how you get in the car?
Yeah, absolutely.
I've never been in a car before.
So this has a key, this has a card, and so you would just put it up against the car, open. This one's already open, so you can just go ahead and press there and
open it up. It just pops open. Like I've never been in a car before. Okay. Collaborative so passionate about this program?
Yeah, so the reason why is we, of course, want to reduce the air pollution in the valley. That's a big thing for us, and we've been advocating for that for years. We work with families that have asthma to make sure that they are taken care of. However, we can't really change the outdoor environment, so this is one of the ways that we can do that. Even though it's not going to make the most impact right away, over time it will. And so as the state transitions to this electric vehicle future, in order to reduce our air pollution, we want to make sure that our valley families don't get left behind. And so this is why we've really been pushing to get these programs and to get this money up front for our families. So we really want to make sure that they take advantage of that. And now is the time. Through the end of the month, we're hoping to get 100 inquiries and 100 people into electric at the end of the year. And go ahead and reach us there and find out if you qualify. And not only that, but we offer education. So you're going to learn about EVs. You're going to learn about the benefits, not only economically, but also environmental benefits of owning an EV. And we'll help you search for the right EV for you.
Okay, perfect. All kinds of stuff. So the website is evequity.com.
.org.
I always get it wrong. evequity.org. That's where you can find all kinds of information about the Electric Vehicle Equity Program. And stay right there, because coming up next,
your home. With our commitment to local news never stronger.
It's local news that matters. Just you watch.
A1 ProCar Beauty Products is all you need to keep your pride and joy looking its best. Use what professional detailers have used for over 70 years. ProCar Beauty Products, available at A1 Lock and Key in Old Town Clovis on 4th Street, west of Pulaski Avenue.
A&W restaurants are open for dining in, like in the newly remodeled Mooney Boulevard A&W in Visalia. Order a frosty mug of A&W root beer paired up with our famous burgers, chicken tenders, chili cheese fries, and more, all served fresh and ready to go. Try our new old favorite root beer cream freeze. It sips like a shake and tastes like a float. And the spicy Papa Burger combo with jalapenos, onion rings, and spicy dipping sauce. Dine in or get it to go in one of our Valley locations. A&W, serving up good times and great food.
Your health is your life. When it rushes to greet you, you realize what matters. These moments where tears and laughter mix. They hold our attention. They hold us together. It's why we hope, why we work, and it's how we live. By holding on to our health, we hold on to life. And so we're here with
I was denied my Social Security disability claim, even though I can't work.
I'm so frustrated dealing with the government, and the last thing I want is some faceless lawyer
on the phone. I want personal attention.
Someone experienced
who knows our local legal system
and will fight for me.
When you can't work, the law offices of Robert Ishikawa will fight to get you Social Security disability benefits. Call 559-477-4487. Social Security disability is all we do.
Business crime is spiking. It's no longer a matter of if. Don't wait. Minimize your damage or loss. Schedule a proactive security evaluation from A1 Lock and Key now. And ask about our A1 Access Control. A1 Lock and Key in Old Town Clovis on 4th Street west of Pulaski Avenue.
Nearly a dozen hours after the eye roared ashore. There is some late-breaking news.
All right, it just did.
KSEE24 brings you a lifestyle show from people you know with Emily Irwin. Now, Central Valley Today.
Welcome back. This is the time of year for gathering and rejoicing that we can gather. And Porta Subs is just around the corner to feed all of your invited guests. So I'm here at Porta Subs. I'm here with Marketing Director Jimmy Freeze. Thanks for inviting me out here. We're talking about Porta Subs. You guys are a little bit different than all the other sandwich shops out there. What sets you guys apart from everybody else?
Well, I mean, not to say that other stores aren't have their freshness, but I mean, we are one of the very few fresh daily for you. What that entails is our fresh sliced meats and cheeses. We're preparing your sandwich right in front of you, slicing it right there to whatever number selection you want.
Yes, I see the order, watch.
There you go.
And then you pay for it.
Yeah. Well, we also have our order online pickup, but we've got in front of us today a little bit of what everything is about Porta Subs. We've got our classic number 5, which is our delicious smoky cheddar, smoked ham, turkey sandwich with all your fresh veggies. We've got cookies, fresh baked cookies. These cookies are to die for. Fresh baked triple chocolate Ghirardelli brownies.
Yeah, I don't think people know about the desserts here at Porta Subs.
Well, you know, there was a funny saying, as big as your hand, literally it's as big as your hand. So, I mean, these are some of the best brownies you're going to find around. They're baked fresh daily in every one of our stores, or fresh baked chocolate chip cookies. We have box lunches that are available for you. So if you want to do catering for your staff, we can customize. Just give our stores a call. Tell them what you're looking for, how many you're looking to feed, and we'll customize a box lunch package directly for you and your team. You can take away some of our specialty signature sauces, our oil vinegar blends. That's what kind of makes Porta Subs special as well, is that mayo mustard blend that everybody has become accustomed to. And then, of course, who needs that savory chip, you know? When you want that, you got the sweetness, savory, you've got it all one combo. That's what Porta Subs is all about.
I put the chips in my sandwich.
You did, yeah, of course you did.
It's crazy. Okay, but you were telling me off camera that Kind of like you guys do the oils and vinegars. You can come here. You can buy a loaf of bread. You can buy fresh sliced meat and cheese.
It's one of the things that we don't really talk about, but it's available for us, and we should probably talk about it a lot more because it's a wonderful option. Is that you can come in and purchase by the pound any one of our meats and cheeses. If you want to just come and grab a delicious smoky cheddar flavor that you crave, or that Swiss cheese, come in and get half pound of our regular cheese, our meats, and then you can also even get our fresh made bread. Take it to the lake for you, or be able to do your own sandwiches, or if you just want to have it just as a snack.
That's what I like. I just like to eat the turkey right out of the bag.
Well, you know, the biggest thing that we've also been talking about is how the big craze of the charcuterie boards. Am I saying that right?
Yeah, charcuterie.
But you know, it's like to come in and buy our meats and cheeses, roll those up, already have them, and then add your fruits and nuts behind it, and then now you can do that for your own snack or wine parties.
Fancy.
Now you're talking my language.
Porta subs are our neighborhood deli, but they're also fancy. I love it. I absolutely love it. But in the same sort of fashion that you guys are the neighborhood deli, you guys are doing fundraisers for anything local, right?
We started Porta Subs has been around since 1972. We're celebrating 50 years next year. It's going to be our amazing, what is it, diamond anniversary, I think they call it.
Diamonds for all the customers.
Yeah, diamond giveaway. But we will. I think that we're actually going to have like treasure chest type things that are going to be happening throughout all of our stores and locations, prizes and giveaways. But the reasoning being for that is we've been your neighborhood sandwich shop for 50 years, and we want to give back to our community. So if you have a local travel club, church, organization, you're a high school or sports program, come in and see one of our local franchisees. We're from Turlock all the way to Porterville here in the Central Valley locations, and we're more than happy to put together a fundraising night where we give a proceed back to your program.
Right.
We'll give you all the tools, flyers, information, marketing material. You let the people know, you bring them in, enjoy Porta Subs, and we'll donate a percentage back to your organization.
And who doesn't love to come in for a sandwich? Such an easy thing for dinner, but so delicious.
You're going
and so
to eat
classic.
and get something back in return. So we always are trying to give back to our community, whether it's being donations or volunteering and things of that nature. And that's what really sets the Porta Subs family apart. We're a family-owned business first and foremost. We started in Sparks, Nevada, and now we're in Reno, and we have franchisees that are all family-based and family-owned, and our tight-knit community is really about being involved and giving back. And so you'll see that not only in our stores, but you'll see that in the freshness and the quality of our ingredients as well.
Well, I took a bite out of this sandwich. Put it up there. It really is. I couldn't resist.
She couldn't resist.
It really is fresh. It's delicious. You guys are always changing your breads. You're always having new sandwiches. Porta Subs, they're slice and fresh every single day. Jimmy Freeze, thank you so much.
Thank you. It was a pleasure.
It's all delicious. So we talked fundraising there, which is perfect for this time of year because people are always feeling extra generous towards the holidays. But also, Porta Subs is here for your holiday party needs. Maybe you're doing a small Friendsgiving or catering Thanksgiving lunch for the office. How perfect is a turkey sandwich platter? Okay, so this is, they brought us my very own turkey sandwich platter. I have no one to invite to my party. It's just me. These are all my sandwiches. But they can do basically any platter that you want. This is the basic one, and I believe I'm looking at turkey and cheddar and some tomato, and there's sourdough and they're wheat breads, and they're so delicious. But they can also do, maybe they can do their specialty sandwich for you. So they're rolling out new breads and specialty sandwiches every month. In September, if you remember, we had them on, and they were doing their pilgrim sandwich that had turkey and stuffing and cranberry. It was delicious. It was like Thanksgiving dinner in a sandwich. So they could do one of those for you too. And I just love the idea of Friendsgiving with turkey sandwiches. How funny is that? And then you don't have to spend all day, you know, slaving away in the kitchen. I love it. To place a catering order, all you have to do is just go to portasubs.com. All right, still to come here. The Big Tell is coming up here in KSEE24 on November 27th. It's a chance for local filmmakers to tell the Valley's lesser-known stories. Next, we sit down with the young team responsible for one of the Big Tell's featured films.
If you've been injured in an accident,
accident that's not your fault and you don't have an attorney, listen up. We have legal professionals standing by to answer your questions and tell you what your case is potentially worth. Hi, I'm Gina, along with spokesman Rob. So, Rob, tell the folks at home who should call right now.
Just like you said, Gina, anyone who's been injured in an accident that was not your fault, you don't have an attorney, give us a call right now. We're going to answer all of your questions, and we'll let you know what your case is potentially worth.
Thanks, Rob. You heard it, folks at home. Pick up the phone, call now.
When I was walking to work, I noticed a van coming out of the driveway. It just ran right into me. Jacoby Myers treated me top notch.
We know you have a lot of choices for your serious injury. When you hire Jacoby Myers, we get insurance companies to pay up to 10 times more. It pays to have a law firm with 50 years of experience.
What I did receive was way more than what I thought I was going to get.
Choose Jacoby Myers.
We need your help to keep our schools open and our students healthy. That starts with each member of your household getting vaccinated when eligible.
These vaccines are safe and effective in keeping children and adults from being hospitalized with COVID-19.
Thank you for doing your part, because we don't want kids to miss another day of school.
Schedule your vaccines today at myturn.ca.gov.
An umbrella is like roadside assistance. Quality matters. So join AAA, America's most recommended roadside service, from $5 a month. AAA, outsmart life.
Hi, folks, we're back, and we're here to remind you, if you've been injured in an accident that's not your fault and you don't have an attorney, listen up. We have legal professionals standing by to tell you how much money you can get for your accident and how quickly. Hello, I'm Gina, along with spokesperson Rob. Rob, tell the folks at home who should call right now.
Just like you said, Gina, anyone who's been injured in an accident that was not your fault, you don't have an attorney, give us a call right now, and we'll let you know how much money you can get for your accident.
Thanks, Rob. Call now.
In 1990, New York undercover detective was killed suddenly in a mysterious car bomb. Do you think your husband was murdered because he was in a love triangle?
A Dr. Phil exclusive.
Dr. Phil, today at 4 on KSEE24.
Well, each spring, the Central Valley Community Foundation invites Valley filmmakers of every experience level to submit their big idea for a documentary film about a lesser-known or undiscovered Central Valley story. The panel of judges carefully selects 10 ideas, then the 10 winning filmmakers receive a $5,000 grant to create their films. The films are then showcased as part of the Big Tell. And one of those big ideas came from Three Rivers in Tulare County. In this short documentary, director Zach Green and young producers Michaela Tavares and Jackie Schuster tell the story of some even younger environmental activists. And we're now pleased to welcome Zach Green, director of KSEE Queens, and Michaela Tavares and Jackie Schuster's producers on the film. So thank you guys so much for all coming here today. I love to see, you know, I work in television, but I love to see the film side of it because it's kind of the same sort of book. So let's talk about the film first. What's the film about? Who wants to go?
We'll have Jackie.
Okay.
Let's have Jackie.
Yeah. So this film, it's a short documentary about 4 girls living in Three Rivers. So it's this group of middle schoolers living in Three Rivers, and they are working on environmental action. They're trying to stop some of the effects of climate change in Three Rivers and in, you know, the world in general.
Okay. Junior high, is that what you said?
Yes, they're all in middle school.
How did you find the story?
So we were contacted back in April by our main contact. Her name's Andrea. She's from the Fresno chapter of Citizens Climate Change, otherwise known as CCL. And she just wanted to make this possible. Like, it's middle school girls wanting to fight climate change, and they're part of this big nonprofit organization. So we're like, okay, let's take a chance. So we went through the whole application for the Big Tell. We made the script possible. We met with the girls. We met with Andrea. Zoom calls galore, phone calls, emails, like anything you can imagine. And we filmed all summer. We edited all summer. And now it's like our dreams are coming true now. So
okay, so as I understand it, Zach, you're kind of You are the director, but you kind of took a back seat. So you took in charge of sort of post-production and editing, but you guys kind of did all of the producing work, you know. I produced the show, so I know what you do. So, had you guys ever done a film before?
Yes. So I've been with Zach for about a year and a half now, and since then our job titles are assistant producers, so we help produce a lot of documentaries or promo videos or anything we can. And we both were in El Diamante's Media Arts Academy in Visalia, and we have experience in editing, film, producing, and producers are just like our not native roles. So
you guys know how to do it. We give you a job here. So. Okay, so this is kind of their sort of baby. And so what did you guys think? You had to fit this entire story into 5 minutes. What was it like?
It's hard. Yeah, one of our teachers, she would always say, you know, you've got to kill your baby. And that's really what it felt like, you know. It's like, man, like everything feels so important in the moment. Everything feels like it's really necessary for the film. And it's really taking a lot of time to sit down and really think about, okay, what is this story? You know, what do we want people to walk away feeling? What do we want them to learn from this? And then figuring out what was most important from those things. And then being like, okay, kill everything else. And we're just left with this baby at the end. So.
I love storytelling. That's why I got into this business. I think storytelling is a great way to do lots of things, to talk about the news or talk about, you know, things that we want to change in society. So I love storytelling. I love that you guys are getting into it. So these girls started out as production assistants, and now they're producing actual documentaries as, you know, their employer. What do you, how does that make you feel? What do you think about a fellow storyteller?
Well, I feel great about it. You know, they came with a lot of experience from El Diamante's Media Arts Academy, and that's part of the reason that they were a perfect fit for us. And yeah, from, you know, any of the documentaries that we do or the promos that we do for companies and businesses, they do a lot of the scheduling, a lot of the figuring out what the story's about, and getting everything all set up for the film crew, which is myself right now, you know, to come in and do the filming. And then they even do some of the editing when it comes to, like, when the new footage comes in, and they get that started for our editors, and then our editors usually pick that up from there. So they do a great job. Yeah, they do wonderful. And they took the application for the Big Tell, and they got all that started. They got everybody together and figured out what is the story here and what are we going to do our application on. And once we got the grant for the Big Tell, that's when it really got started. That's when we were like, okay, I guess we got to get very serious about this now. And
because you know, it's money, and a lot of times filmmakers don't get money to make films and to tell stories, so it's huge. So you're putting together the application, and the Big Tell is supposed to be about local stories in the Central Valley. And so you come with this idea for these girls, and they want to combat climate change. Were there any other stories, or was that the one? And why do you think that we need to tell that story here?
We thought climate change is just such a pressing issue now, and the fact that middle school girls have started to do this throughout their elementary school years and now middle school years, like, we thought, what's more powerful than that? Like, as most of our team as females ourselves, we're like teenagers, young teenagers doing this, like, let's make a difference, let's see how much we can tell the story beautifully, and I think we hit that, so we're just excited. This was our only, like, real story to tell for this time, but it was just like, that's the perfect one to tell, so we're glad we did that.
And so what are you hoping people walk away with after they watch the 5-minute documentary?
Yeah, so, you know, like Michaela said, climate change is such a pressing issue here, you know, with our drought issues, with our fires and air pollution. So if one person can walk away from this being like, man, if these middle schoolers can do all this really cool stuff and try to fight climate change, then maybe I'm going to start recycling in my house. You know, maybe I'm going to try to use less single-use plastics. So if one person walks away from this inspired by these girls and really inspired to do their part and fight climate change, then I think we've done our job with this.
Yeah.
How about on sort of your role, storytelling? What do you hope people walk away with if they want to be storytellers?
I just say do it. Like, it's hard to just focus in and, like, as she was saying, kill your baby. Like, nobody wants to kill their baby, but it's just like what you find passionate about, just do it, because it's worth it in the end. So
okay, well, very cool. All right, so you can the Big Tell it's airing right here on KSEE24 on November 27th, and that's where you can watch their film Kauai Queens. Thank you guys so much for being here today, and we'll be right back after this.
The job market's hot and the time is now. Spirion has temp to hire, and full-time jobs available. Bring us your A game and we'll match you up with an opportunity. Spirion places thousands of people each year in terrific jobs. Let's get to work.
You can have straight teeth in about 180 days. Dr. Tom Wigg is Fresno's only senior master provider of fast braces, a unique new patented method of achieving straight teeth in half the time at half the price. Dr. Tom and his experienced staff at Fast Dental Fresno can get your smile on fast. Your treatment could be done before we take our masks off. Join our new retainer club for same-day retainer replacement. Make this your smile for a lifetime year. Call now for a free exam and consultation, 433-6730. Fast Dental in Park Crossing Village.
Your smile makes me smile. At Omni Family Health, I get to make people smile every day.
I may not be able to see patients often, but I take pride in knowing that what I do every day helps to improve our patients' care and experiences.
I love helping people understand their healthcare options, ensuring they have the resources they need. We are accepting new patients.
Our family serving yours. Omni Family Health.
Sabor Cocina Latina and Bar welcomes you back. Enjoy a fusion of familiar flavors with a modern twist. Original, creative, daring. Open for dinner Monday through Saturday. Sabor Cocina Latina and Bar, corner of Big Garden Drive and Brawley.
Is your attic a dirty joke? Are germs and mold laughing at you? Well, Jake's Roofing and Coating can suck out the old insulation and all the germs and spray on their revolutionary polyurethane hardening foam that saves energy and seals in healthy air.
Holy shingles, do you hear Jake's is cleaning up the attic?
They need to come up here, too. I'm all blotchy and cracked.
And they better hurry. I'm gonna leak in the bedroom.
Hey, Helen, we're up here.
Hey, come up here. Over 34 years in business, so call Jake's Roofing and Coating and get a new roof for as low as $99 a month.
The job market's hot and the time is now. Spirion has temp to hire, and full-time jobs available. Bring us your A game and we'll match you up with an opportunity. Spirion places thousands of people each year in terrific jobs. Let's get to work.
Don't miss 3 all-new episodes of Wednesday's most watched dramas.
Need a better angle.
Oh, what are you doing?
It's too restricting.
Hey, talk to me.
Gallo, you wait by the truck.
Gallo! What you did was defy a direct order.
I've been riding 81 before you got here, and I'll ride it way after you're gone.
You saw what Roy Walton did. You saw what he did to one woman on your team. Roy Walton's dead, and you covered it up.
An all-new Chicago Wednesday, tonight on NBC.
KSEE24 brings you a lifestyle show from people you know with Emily Irwin. Now, Central Valley Today.
In just a few months, athletes will be in Beijing competing for gold at the 2022 Winter Olympics. The multi-sport event is scheduled to take place February 4th until the 20th. Beijing will be the first city to host both the Summer and the Winter Games. After hosting the Summer 2008 Olympics, tickets will be sold to spectators from mainland China only. Organizers say the final stages of preparations are underway.
Now test events are underway with international participation, and all what we have heard from the athletes so far, they're excited about the state-of-the-art venues.
And meanwhile, athletes are busy practicing to take home a gold medal. He's a 5-time U.S. champion, 3-time world champion, and the Pyeongchang Olympics. He brought home a bronze medal in the team competition. But for figure skater Nathan Chen, that's not enough. Marilena Belores has more on the star skater on his journey to Beijing.
Nathan Chen was one of the faces of Team USA for the 2018 Winter Olympics. He was expected to bring home gold in the men's singles competition, but he didn't make it on the podium. Chen says that is all behind him now, and he is ready for his next shot at Olympic gold.
Nathan Chen will tell you he spent every single day of his life on skates since he was 3 years old. There's no doubt it's his passion.
My goal in skating has always just been like, hey, I just want to continue pushing myself forward, do the best that I can. You know, every single opportunity that I have to get on the ice, like try to be better than I was the previous day.
He's excited about this coming season, hopefully culminating with another shot at gold in Beijing.
Every competition is just a great opportunity for me to show the work that I've been putting in, as well as just know that I have a limited number of competitions in my life, and to really just, make the most out of each competition and try to enjoy myself the best that I can.
Chen is no stranger to high expectations and the pressure to perform, but the actions of another star athlete, Simone Biles, stepping away during the Tokyo Olympics has given him new perspective.
But I think it does give all the athletes a sort of sense of peace, knowing that, when the time comes, of course, we're there to do our jobs, and that's what we've dreamed about doing. But ultimately, it comes down to like our own well-beings as people. And I think that's definitely something that she highlighted.
But make no mistake, Chen says he'll be training to be the best he can be by the time he hits the ice in China. On the journey to Beijing, I'm Maria Elena Balores.
And while most American teenagers do their learning in a classroom, some teenage Olympic hopefuls do all of their learning on the slopes. Matt Barnes talked to a young skiing aerials hopeful on the journey to Beijing, looking to fly his way to a spot on Team USA.
Before Quinn DeLonger learned to fly like this, he was hitting the snow at Perfect North Slopes in southeast Indiana.
There we did slope style, we did rails, jumps, learned how to flip, learned a little bit of air awareness.
It was at Perfect North Quinn was recruited to join the U.S. Aerials team. That meant moving to Lake Placid, New York at age 13, away from his hometown near Cincinnati. But that move has paid off. 6 years later, he's now training in Park City, Utah, in his third year on the national team.
As a young gun on a team, it always means I have to push my older athletes, make sure they don't get comfortable in their position.
And for Quinn, it means pushing himself to new heights. Last year was his first full World Cup season, jumping on the triple, a big step up from the smaller ramps.
What really makes it different is the speed. The amount of speed that you're going into the triple with is just, it's stop the triple on snow. It definitely gets your heart racing.
Being just 19, Quinn expects to have multiple chances to make the Olympics, but there's no time like the present to qualify for his first games.
The far out goal is 2026. I know that's where I'll be in my prime, and I know that's where I'll have the best shot to bring home a medal. So that's what I truly have my eyes on, but I'm just going to try to do the best I can this season, and we'll see how I do it and what the results hold, and hopefully I'll qualify for the 2022 games.
On the journey to Beijing, I'm Matt Barnes.
I was scared just looking at that. So the first of 6 World Cup events is next month in Finland. Quinn's results in those events will determine if he makes the Olympic team or not. And don't change the channel. Coming up here in Central Valley today, Synergy Home Care of Fresno joins us to let us know how we can care for our elderly loved ones. We get some expert advice on how to help lonely or isolated seniors reconnect.
Dad?
I was the lead singer.
Packing tape is like roadside assistance. Quality matters. So join AAA, America's most recommended roadside service, from $5 a month.
After an accident involving Uber, Lyft, or other rideshare vehicle, it's confusing to know who you're really up against. The rideshare company, the driver's insurance. Either way, you're in a fight with a powerful opponent, and they don't want to pay what you deserve. You need someone in your corner. You need Berg Injury Lawyers. We'll fight to get you compensation for your injuries so you can focus on getting better. If you've been injured in an accident involving Uber, Lyft, or other ride-sharing service, call Berg Injury Lawyers, 1-800-400-BERG.
Richie Gamblé here, and it's time to go off-roading for cash and prizes at the Tachi Palace during our 240K truckload of winning giveaway. Win your piece of the cash prize, or be the lucky winner who gets their truck on in a brand new 2021 Toyota truck. And trust me, this baby can carry loads of cash. See the Premier Club for complete details. Be there for the 240K truckload of winning giveaway. Only at the Tachi Palace Casino Resort in Lemoore.
Hi, I'm Ellie Rosamilia, a Kaiser Permanente Medicare specialist here in California. My mission is to make sure you get high-quality, affordable Medicare health coverage.
That's why Kaiser Permanente Medicare health plans have 0 monthly premium, 0 annual deductible, and 0 copays for preventive care.
And you also get the convenience of hospital care, medical services, and prescription drug coverage all in one plan.
Plus, your choice of hundreds of available Kaiser Permanente doctors, including specialists.
I'm also proud to tell you that here in California, Medicare has given Kaiser Permanente's Medicare health plan a 5 out of 5-star rating for the 11th year in a row. That's Medicare's highest possible rating.
To get your free Kaiser Permanente guide to Medicare, call 1-877-668-4128. Or go to kp.org/local now.
In 1990, New York undercover detective was killed suddenly in a mysterious car bomb. Do you think your husband was murdered because he was in a love triangle?
A Dr. Phil exclusive.
Dr. Phil, today at 4 on KSEE24.
A garden hose is like roadside assistance. Quality matters. So join AAA, America's most recommended roadside service, for $5 a month.
Dangerous workout supplements?
The alarming trend is called the Dry Scoop Challenge.
Swallowing supplements in pure powder form for an energy boost. Next, Inside Edition.
Inside Edition, tonight at 7 on KSEE24.
Even before the pandemic, nearly 1 in 4 older adults were socially isolated due to factors like physical isolation, due to lack of transportation or mobility issues, health impacts like depression or cognitive decline, and the loss of a job or retirement, or the loss of a spouse. And now is the time of year when even middle-aged folks can feel isolated. So to help us combat this feeling, we now bring in Dr. Ravi Sandhu with Synergy Home Care. So this topic makes me so sad, but it really does affect some of our older population. So we're talking about social isolation and loneliness, and it can affect millions of Americans even before the pandemic. How might you assess the situation now with the elderly population in isolation?
That's a great question, Emily. Social isolation and loneliness has affected millions of Americans before the pandemic, but as you know, because of the stay-at-home orders due to COVID, many of our older adults they lost their usual ways of connecting with their families, their support groups, even social activities such as paint nights or bingo nights. You know, these are all very critical aspects of their lives, and they've been reduced significantly, thus making the problem much worse now than it was prior to the pandemic. And you're right, it's very sad to see.
Do you think we might be coming on the other side of it? I know that people are getting together. I know that, you know, even some care facilities are doing daycare for their older senior citizens again. So you think we might be on the other side of it?
Yeah, we're definitely getting to the other side of it. You know, people, as long as they're still wearing masks and, you know, doing all the right things, right? A lot of these senior communities, you know, you can't even go in. Some are opening them up, but if you're a worker, most of them require you to be vaccinated. And again, it's because of the demographic, you know, of the population that you're dealing with. The elderly, they're very vulnerable. They have underlying health conditions. So although things are slowly starting to open up, we're not quite where we need to be just yet.
And I think you can talk to this a lot. If we've got, you know, elderly people who they're living in our homes and, you know, maybe we have Synergy Home Care helping us, what are the factors that we need to look out for that cause social isolation and that might make people feel super lonely?
Yeah, there's many factors that cause social isolation, Emily. Social distancing obviously contributed, but in addition to that, factors such as, you know, living alone, right? Having lost your significant other or never having been married at all, the decline of your overall health and well-being, living with chronic health conditions. Some people have trouble hearing, and even though they're in a social setting, they can still get feelings of loneliness. And then there's other, you know, disruptive life factors such as retirement or the change in one's income that can cause loneliness as well.
I've also seen, you know, when you have no responsibility, and so as you get older, some of your responsibilities get taken away, and you feel this sort of sense of uselessness. So what can we do to help people and communities struggling with isolation and loneliness?
Well, fortunately, we live in a digital world and have access to so much technology, you know, kind of like how we're interacting right now. Studies have shown that virtual visits from family members and caregivers can significantly improve our aging loved ones' social interaction and their perceived social support. The added benefit of having video calls with our aging loved ones is that you actually get to see how they're doing. Then, in addition to that, if you don't have time to make an actual video chat call, I would recommend making daily reassurance calls because, you know, if you can't do the video call, at least you're getting to check in with them, See how they're doing. You can tell a lot by their voice, how their answers are, what's going on in their day-to-day routine. And, another thing I would also recommend is, setting up some sort of home delivery service so you can get fresh groceries and food out to them. Basically, I would highly recommend, or encourage our loved ones to get involved. It's the little things that go a long way in making our aging population feel less isolated and lonely.
And what can really help with that sometimes is, if you've got an elderly loved one who maybe needs some care, or maybe they don't necessarily, but they still live on their own, Synergy Home Care is a really great resource for that. So if people, they want to get in contact with Synergy Home Care, how can they do that?
Yeah, absolutely. To get help and advice or whatever it is, you can visit our website, www.synergyhomecare.com/Fresno, or give us a call at 559-765-4687 and speak with one of our expert case managers regarding your individual questions and concerns regarding social isolation.
Okay, Dr. Ravi Sandhu, thank you so much for being here today. It's like having a doctor in the family. Dr. Ravi, thanks.
That's right. Thank you, Emily.
And this holiday season, give the gift of stress relief. Coming up, we take you to Hand and Stone to show you the different facials and massages you can gift this year.
In 1990, New York undercover detective was killed suddenly in a mysterious car bomb. Do you think your husband was murdered because he was in a love triangle?
A Dr. Phil exclusive.
Dr. Phil, today at 4 on KSEE24.
The Monster Angus Thick Burger is tempting you with sizzling bacon and 1/3 pound Angus beef patties. Get close to the screen. Focus, unfocus. Looks like you'll do anything for the Monster. The Monster Angus Thick Burger at Carl's Jr. Feed your happy.
A worst mistake of my life? Yeah, that's easy. Trusting the insurance company after my car accident. Yeah, they made it sound like they were helping me, and I totally fell for it. I mean, that settlement I got was a joke. I still owe over $100,000, and that's just in medical bills. $100,000. Are you kidding me? I mean, there's no way I could pay lawyers.
The pain would shoot up my heels. I would tiptoe out of bed because my heels hurt so badly. When I went to the Good Feet store, I had a free consultation, free fittings. They allowed me to try on the arch supports. I walked around and I started sobbing because I had no pain. There were no gimmicks. It's just try them on. If it doesn't work for you, then don't buy them.
See if they work for you with a free fitting and test walk at the Good Feet store.
We do it all at Closets by Design. Closets, garage, home office, and more.
Take 40% off, plus get 12-month financing and free installation. Call 1-800-BY-DESIGN or visit closetsbydesign.com.
Darkside Window Tinting does more than just auto glass. We offer the same advantages to homes and businesses too. Reduced heat, more privacy, and impact-resistant film that keeps shattered glass together. Darkside Window Tinting. Affordable, reliable, professional.
After a car accident, you might think it's best to wait and see before calling a lawyer. But if you've been injured, wait and see could turn into wait and lose. Get Berg.
Attention all you gents and gals, it's time to grab your closest pals. Christmas tree tickets are selling fast. This annual event is unsurpassed. December 3rd will be the bee's knees. Join us and step into the roaring 20s. We'll drink champagne, dance under the stars, toast bourbon and whiskey, and smoke some cigars. Speakeasy is here for only one night. Prohibition has ended. Let's do it up right.
Dress to kill at Christmas Tree at the Speakeasy. Visit VisaliaChamber.org/CTA.
Keep your eyes on the Monster Angus Thick Burger. With sizzling bacon and 2 1/3 pound Angus beef patties. The Monster is your daddy now. The Monster Angus Thick Burger at Carl's Jr. Feed your happy.
Stay informed with the latest local news on Facebook.
Follow KSEE24.
With the holidays coming up and shipping delays ruining our plans, gift cards are a great option this year. From relaxing massages to rejuvenating facials, give the gift of self-care with Hand and Stone. with Sarah Pina, like Pina Colada. You were telling me how to say your name a little bit earlier. You're a sales associate here.
I am.
And so you know all about what kind of memberships you guys have, how can people come to Hand in Stone. So talk to me first about, you have something called a lifestyle program.
Yes.
What is that?
Our lifestyle program is simply a monthly charge at our low rate of $69.95. It allows anybody to come in at the lowest rate that we have to offer, and it allows them to receive either a massage or facial monthly. Normally our non-member pricing is $109.95 for our service, but with the lifestyle program, it just keeps you in at the $69.95 rate. And so it allows you to come in monthly at that low rate.
Yeah, so you get to choose either a massage or a facial.
Correct.
So you can do one every other month. Every other month you do a facial, every other month you do a massage?
Interchangeable, absolutely.
All right, and I want to talk about the benefits of being a member at a beautiful spa like this, because I really think that massage is like life-changing. You know, what are the benefits of being a part of the lifestyle program?
We do have several benefits with being a member with us. So if you're coming in for facials, we do have discounts on retail products. Your first retail purchase is 20% off. Going further from there on out, it's 10% off. All of our members receive discounts on gift cards. But overall, mental health, wellness, it's amazing if you're looking to come in monthly.
I know, right? It's sometimes you just need that, like,
that self-care.
Yeah, you need that self-care. You need to get your body loose. You need to get your skin refreshed.
Yes.
So you can look glowing. Okay. What other enhancements do you offer? Like, if you're a member, could you do, like, I don't know, a super stone massage or something, you know?
Yeah, of course. We offer a hot stone massage, Himalayan salt stone massage. Those are one of our most populars. Also our CBD oil.
Oh.
Probably our top 3 enhancements that we have to offer here.
So how do you work in the CBD oil?
The massage therapist will incorporate the massage oil during their massage for the whole entire session.
What are the benefits of that? How does that work?
CBD oil, oh my gosh, have you ever tried it?
I have, yeah.
Alrighty, perfect. So it's just, it helps with easing the tension and the pain, and it's actually long, the effects of it are long lasting, even after the massage. So if you left on the oil after you left here, and then you feel it overnight, helps with sleep and headaches.
Okay.
Yeah.
I gotta try one of those. So people want to find you, how can they find you?
They can give us a call here. Our phone number is 559-921-9453. They can even look us up online and then submit a request that way as well. But yeah.
All right, perfect. Sarah Pina from Hand in Stone Massage right over here in River Park. Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Of course.
Hand in Stone is open from 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. during the week, and from 9 in the morning until 8 at night on weekends. So there's plenty of time to go in and pamper yourself. They're located at River Park, and for more information, you can give them a call at the number there on your screen. And stay with us because we have more Central Valley Today when we come back.
Have you been thinking about learning a new language? Welcome to Babbel. Created by language experts, Babbel's lessons are built around teaching you real-life conversations.